You know, as a species, we humans are obsessed with time. We build monuments to mark its passage, we chase after it, we even worry about running out of it. But what if we could control it? What if we could travel through it, like flipping through the channels on a cosmic remote control? The very idea of time travel has captivated our imaginations for centuries. But here's the thing. There's nothing in the public domain that officially proves time travel exists. In this video, I'll show you 3 shocking cases that just might prove time travel is real. And trust me, the third one will leave you questioning everything. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video, it really helps the channel. Now let's get into 3 incidents that might just prove time travel is real. Picture this, it's 1941, the world is on the brink of war, with nations preparing for the inevitable conflict. We're in British Columbia, Canada, and a crowd has gathered for the grand reopening of the South Fork Bridge. Luckily, someone's there to capture the moment with a photograph, preserving this historic event. The picture shows a sea of faces, all seemingly transported from a bygone era, frozen in time. People are dressed in the typical fashion of the time: hats, suits, dresses, and other period attire. But wait a minute, something's not quite right. There's an oddity in this vintage scene. Right there in the middle of the photograph stands a man who seems strangely out of place, almost like a glitch in time. He's wearing sunglasses, a graphic t-shirt, and what appears to be a hooded sweatshirt, all of which are anachronistic. If you look closely, he's also holding a portable camera that looks suspiciously modern for the time, adding to the mystery. The time-traveling hipster remains an enigma, a photographic anomaly that continues to spark debate and wonder among historians and enthusiasts alike. Was he a time traveler, or just a really stylish dude ahead of his time? You decide. In 1991, a man named Andrew Carlson made headlines, but not for the reasons you might think. He wasn't a high-flying CEO or a Wall Street tycoon. In fact, he started with a measly $800. But what he did with that money shocked the financial world. In just 2 weeks, Andrew Carlson turned that $800 into a staggering $350 million. How did he do it? By making a series of impossibly perfect stock market trades. I'm talking about 126 trades, every single one a winner. The authorities took notice, and Andrew Carlson was arrested by the FBI on suspicion of insider trading. But when they questioned him, they got more than they bargained for. Carlson claimed he was a time traveler from the year 2256. He said he had traveled back in time and used his knowledge of future stock market fluctuations to make his fortune. The FBI was skeptical, to say the least. They tried to verify his story, but there was no record of him existing before December 1991. And here's the kicker. While the FBI was investigating his claims, Andrew Carlson mysteriously vanished without a trace. So was Andrew Carlson just a clever con artist with a knack for predicting the stock market? Or was he really a time traveler from the future? The debate continues to this day. His disappearance only deepens the mystery, leaving us to wonder if the truth will ever be uncovered. Fasten your seatbelts, because this final story is the most unsettling of them all. It's a tale that defies logic and challenges our understanding of reality. It's a tale of a commercial airliner that took off in 1954 and landed, well, that's where things get really strange. This is the story of Santiago Flight 513. In 1954, Santiago Flight 513 departed from Germany, headed for Brazil with 92 souls on board. The passengers and crew were looking forward to a routine journey. It was a routine flight, or so everyone thought. The skies were clear, and the aircraft was in perfect condition. But then, something inexplicable happened. The plane vanished mid-flight. It was as if it had been swallowed by the sky. It disappeared from radar with no distress calls, no wreckage, no explanation. The authorities were baffled, and search efforts yielded nothing. The families of the passengers were left in agonizing uncertainty, their loved ones lost to the mysteries of the Atlantic. They clung to hope, but as time passed, hope faded. Years turned into decades, and the fate of Flight 513 remained an unsolved mystery. The story became a legend, whispered among those fascinated by the unexplained. But then, 35 years later, in 1989, something astonishing happened. Santiago Flight 513 reappeared. It was as if time had stood still for the aircraft. The plane landed as if nothing had happened, touching down on a runway in Brazil, just as scheduled. The airport staff were in shock, but when authorities boarded the aircraft, they were met with a scene straight out of a horror movie. The interior was eerily preserved, the plane was eerily silent, except for the faint hum of the engines. There was no sign of life, only an unsettling stillness. And then, they saw them. The passengers. They were still strapped into their seats, but their bodies were nothing more than skeletons, frozen in time. It was as if they had been caught in a time warp. To this day, the mystery of Santiago Flight 513 remains unsolved, a chilling reminder of the unknown depths of time. The questions it raises continue to haunt us. So, there you have it. 3 shocking incidents that challenge our understanding of time itself. Are these just strange coincidences, or do they point to something more profound, something that hints at the possibility of time travel? The Time-Traveling Hipster, Andrew Carlson, Santiago Flight 513, each story leaves us with more questions than answers. Maybe time travelers are walking among us right now, observing our world, studying our past, perhaps even influencing our future. Or maybe, just maybe, these are just bizarre anomalies, tricks of perception, or elaborate hoaxes designed to make us question everything we thought we knew.